snatches and dream it all apart, and dream it all apart.
Business with young men.
I'll tell you. A year ago, I was a member of the Titty Poo town band. It was my job to take the cat round for contributions. While discharging this delicate office, I saw young. We loved each other at once, but she was betrothed to her guardian, Coca, a cheap tailor, and I saw that my suit was hopeless. Overwhelmed with despair, I quitted the town. Judge of my delight when I heard a month ago that Coco had been condemned to death for flirting. I hurried back at once in the hope of finding Yum Yum at liberty to listen to my protestations.
It is true, Coco was condemned for flirting. But he was reprieved at the last moment and raised to the exalted rank of Lord High Executioner under the most remarkable circumstances.
A great Mikado, virtuous man, when he to rule our land began, resolved to try a plan whereby all men might best be steady. So he decreed in words succinct that all who flirted little, unless God knew me, and he think would hope would be beheaded. And I'm right, and you are right, and everything is right, and you are right, and we are right, and all is right, and we, and all is right, and we, right as understand was great dismay throughout the land, for young and tall and shy and bold were equally affected. The youth who winked a roving eye, screamed and like unusual style, never thought from them to pass. He usually objected. Right, and all is right.
highest rank a citizen can attain.
It is. Our logical Mikado, seeing no moral difference between the dignified judge who condemns a criminal to die and the industrious mechanic who carries out the sentence, has rolled the two offices into one, and every judge is now his own executioner.
But how good of you, for I see you are a nobleman of the highest rank, to condescend to tell all this to me, a mere strolling minstrel.
Don't mention it. I am, in point of fact, a particularly haughty and exclusive person of pre-Adamite ancestral descent. You will understand this when I tell you that I can trace my ancestry back to a protoplasmal, primordial, atomic globule. Consequently, my family pride is something inconceivable. I can't help it. I was born sneering. But I struggle hard to overcome this defect. I mortify my pride continually. When all the great officers of state resigned in a body because they were too proud to serve under an ex-tailor, did I not unhesitatingly accept all their posts at once?
And the salaries attached to them.
It is, consequently, my degrading duty to serve this upstart as First Lord of the Treasury, Lord Chief Justice, Commander-in-Chief, Lord High Admiral, Master of the Buckhouse, Groom of the Backstairs, Archbishop of Titty Poo, Landlord Mayor, both acting and elect, all rolled into one. And at a salary of Pooh paid for his services, I, a salaried minion. But I do it. It revolts me, but I do it.
And it does you credit.
But I don't stop at that. I go and dine with middle-class people on reasonable terms. I dance at cheap suburban parties for a moderate fee. I accept refreshments from any hands, however lowly. I also retail state secrets at a very low figure. For instance, any further information about Yum Yum would come under the head of a state secret. Another insult, and I think a light one. Commence united. But here he comes, equipped as suits his station. He'll give you any further information.
Taken from a county jail by a set of curious chances, liberated then on bail, on the unrecognized answers, wafted by a favoring gale, as one sometimes is in transit, to a height that few can scale, saved by long and weary dances, jelly never had on mail, under such like circumstances, so adventurous a tale, which may rank with most romances. Take from a county jail, various justices and long-shadows, and a Gentlemen, I am much touched by this reception. I can only trust that by strict attention to duty, I shall continue to ensure those favors which will ever be my study deserved. Should I ever be called upon to act professionally, I am happy to think there will be no difficulty in finding plenty of people whose loss will be a distinct gain to society at large. As someday it may happen that a victim must be found, I've got a little list of society offenders who might well be underground, who never would be missed. There's a dirty irrigation guy that needs to take a bath, a freshman who took calculus and thinks he's good at math, sophomores who are circus and play devil's advocate, those weirdos who can shake hands with you like that, and girls who take classes on the weekends just to kiss. They'd none of them be missed. He's got you on the list, and I'm trying to be missed, none of you be missed. There's the orchestra conductor and the others of his race, and the squeaky violist. I've got him on the list, and I'll shoot the man who smokes a vape and puffs it in my face. He never would be missed, you know I wouldn't miss. Then the literature enthusiast and avid talking nerd, the server in the servery that feeds you like a bird. live in Kansas just to drink. And then fascinating case, the social justice activist. But I don't think she'd be missed. I'm sure she won't be missed.
On the list, he's got her on the list, and I'm sure she won't be missed. I'm sure she'll not be missed.
Then that a priori nuisance who just now is rather niche, the Neoplatonist. I've got him on the list. The California government and their endangered fish, who never would be missed. Who never would be missed. Some administrative faculty, whose names I think you know. The various bureaucracy that really runs the show. The dean and the assistant deans. And likewise, you know. The task of filling up the blanks would rather leave to you. But it really doesn't matter. You put it on the list. Let none of them be missed.
Put them on the list. Put them on the list. And none of them be missed. They'll none of them be missed.
Seems that the approaching festivities in connection with my marriage must last a week. I should like to do it handsomely, and wanted to consult you as to the amount I have to spend on them.
Certainly. In which of my capacities? First Lord of the Treasury, Lord Chief Justice, Attorney General, Chancellor of the Exchequer, Privy Purse, or Private Secretary.
Suppose we say as private secretary.
As your private secretary, I should say that as the city will have to pay for it, don't stint yourself, do it well.
Exactly! As the city will have to pay for it. That is your advice.
As private secretary, of course you understand that as Chancellor of the Exchequer, I am bound to see that due economy is observed.
Oh, but you said just now, don't stint yourself, do it well.
As private secretary,
Now you say that due economy must be observed.
as Chancellor of the Exchequer,
I see. Come over here, where the Chancellor can't hear us. Now then, as my solicitor.
well, as your solicitor, I should have no hesitation in saying, chance
Thank you, I will.
it. If it were not that, as Lord Chief Justice, I am bound to see that the law is not violated.
I see. Come over here with the Lord Chief Justice can't hear us. Now then, as First Lord of the Treasury.
As First Lord of the Treasury, I can propose a special vote that would cover all expenses. If it were not that, as leader of the opposition, it would be my duty to resist it even fail. Or, as Paymaster General, I could so cook the accounts that as Lord High Auditor, I should never discover the fraud. But then, as Archbishop of Titty Poo, it would be my duty to denounce my dishonesty and give myself over into mine own hands as First Commissioner of Police.
That's extremely awkward.
I don't say that all these distinguished people couldn't be squared, but it is right that I tell you, they would not be sufficiently degraded in their own estimation unless insulted with a very considerable BRIBE.
The matter shall have my careful consideration. But my bride and her sister's approach, and any little compliment on your part, such as an abject grovel and a characteristic Japanese attitude, would be esteemed a favor. think. Eh, Lord Chamberlain?
I have known it done.
My goodness, Matilda! Why, that's never you! Now tell us all you I'm not going back anymore!
I beg your pardon. Will you present me?
Oh, this thing is, if you please.
One at a time, if you please.
Oh, if you please. This is the musician who used to play so beautifully on the Marine Parade. Oh, yes, I think that was the name of the instrument.
Sir, I have the misfortune to love your ward, Yum Yum. Oh, I know I deserve your anger.
Anger? Not a bit, my boy. Why, I love her myself. Charming little girl, isn't she? Pretty eyes, nice hair, taking little thing altogether. Very glad to hear my opinion backed by such a competent authority. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
I beg your pardon, but what is this? To try on.
Oh, that. It's a tremendous swell.
It's alive!
Go away, little girls. Never talk to little girls like you. Go away, there's dears.
Uba, allow me to present you. These are my 3 wards. The one in the middle is my bride-elect.
What do you want me to do with them? Mind, I will not kiss them.
No, you shan't kiss them. A little bow, a mere nothing.
It goes against the grades. They are not young ladies, they are young persons.
You mean it, you know. Come, make an effort. There's a good nobleman.
Well, I shan't mean it. How do you do, little girl? Oh, my protoplasmal ancestor. I see nothing to laugh at. It is very painful for me to have to say, how do you do, little girl? To young persons. I'm not in the habit of saying, how do you do, little girl? To anybody under the rank of a stockbroker.
Don't laugh at him. He can't help it. He's under treatment for it. Come, don't mind them. They don't understand the delicacy of your position.
Well, we know how delicate it is, don't we?
I should say we do. How a nobleman of your importance can do it at all is a thing I never can, never shall understand.
So please is very much regret if we have failed in etiquette. Towards a better rank so high, we shall know better by and by. But youth, of course, must have its been so marvelous, and don't you know its happy spring be marvelous, if we're inclined to dance and sing tra-la-la-la-la. Oh, love, 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 what's happy spring so marvelous, what's happy spring we love, oh, love, 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 what's happy spring so
I think what recollect you cannot show too much respect. You want very thankful to, but nobody does, and why should you?
That youth that us should have this thing is marvelous, is marvelous.
To our prerogative, we glean so pointless, so pointless. If we decry to dance and sing, la-la-la-la-la-la, la-la-la-la-la.
oh,
sultry nights and days for 3 weeks in the belief your guardian was beheaded. And here I find you are about to be married to him this afternoon.
Alas, yes.
But you do not love him.
Alas, no.
Modified rapture. But why do you not refuse him?
Well, what good would that do? He is my guardian, and he wouldn't let me marry you.
But I would wait until you were of age.
You forget that in Japan, girls do not arrive at years of discretion until they are 50.
From 17 to 49 are considered years of indiscretion.
Besides, a wandering minstrel that plays a wind instrument outside of tea houses is hardly a fitting husband for the role of the Lord High Executioner.
But, shall I tell her? Yes, she will not betray me. What if it should prove if, after all, I am no musician?
There, I was certain of it directly I heard you play.
What if it should prove that I am no other than the son of His Majesty, the Mikado?
The son of the Mikado! But why is your Highness disguised? And what has your Highness done? And will your Highness promise never to do it again?
Some years ago, I had the misfortune to captivate Katushaw, an elderly lady in my father's court. She misconstrued my customary affability into expressions of affection and claimed me in marriage under my father's law. My father, the Mr. Travis Cooper of his race, ordered me to marry her within a week or perish ignominiously on the scaffold. That night, I fled my father's court, and, assuming the disguise of a second trombone, I joined the traveling band in which you found me, when I had the happiness of seeing you.
If you please, your Highness had better not come too near me. The laws against flirting are excessively severe.
But we are quite alone, and nobody can see us.
Well, that doesn't make it right. To flirt is capital.
It is capital.
And you must obey the law.
Deuce take the law.
I wish it would, but it won't.
If it weren't for the law, how happy we might be.
Happy indeed.
We should be sitting side by side, like that.
Instead of being obliged to sit half a mile off. Like that.
We should be gazing into each other's eyes, like that.
Breathing sighs of unutterable love. Like that.
With our arms around each other's waists, like that.
If it wasn't for the law.
If it wasn't for the law.
As it is. Of course, we couldn't do anything of the kind.
Not for worlds.
Being engaged to Coco, you know.
Being engaged to Coco. Why do not you Coco plighted? I would say in tender tone, loved one, let us be united, let us be each other's own. I would pledge all thy compensation for the
Really, it hardly seems worthwhile. Oh, matrimony. Now then, what is it? Can't you see I'm soliloquizing? You have interrupted an apostrophe. Sir.
I am the bearer of a letter from His Majesty the Mikado.
A letter from the Mikado? What on earth can you have to say to me? Here it is at last. I thought it would come sooner or later. The Mikado is struck by the fact that no executions have taken place in Titty Poo for over a year, and decrees that, unless someone is beheaded by the end of the month, the post of Lord High Executioner shall be abolished, and the city reduced to the rank of a village.
What? That would involve us all in irretrievable ruin.
There's no help for it. I must execute somebody at once. The only question is, who shall it be?
Well, it seems unkind to say so, but as you're already under sentence of death for flirting, everything seems to point to you.
To me? What are you talking about? I can't execute myself.
Why not?
Why not? Because, in the first place, self-decapitation is an extremely difficult, not to say dangerous, thing to attempt. And in the second, it's suicide. Suicide is a capital offense.
That is so, no doubt.
We might reserve that point.
True. It could be argued 6 months hence, before the full court.
Besides, I don't see how a man can cut off his own head.
A man might try.
Even if you only succeeded in cutting it half off, that would be something.
It will be seen as an earnest of your desire. By the imperial will.
No, pardon me, but there I am adamant. As an official headsman, my reputation is at stake, and I cannot consent to embark on a professional operation, unless I can see myself through to a successful result.
This professional conscientiousness is highly creditable to you, but it places us in a very awkward position.
My good sir, the awkwardness of your position is grace itself compared with a man engaged in the act of cutting off his own head.
I'm afraid that unless you can obtain a substitute.
Substitute? Oh, certainly. Nothing easier. Pooh-Bah. Pooh-Bah, I appoint you Lord High Substitute.
I would be delighted. Such an appointment would realize my fondest dreams. But no, at any sacrifice, I must set bounds to my insatiable ambition. I am so proud, if I allowed my family pride to be my guide. I volunteer to quit this here instead of you in a minute or two. But family pride must be denied and set aside and mortified and mortified.
My brain it teems with endless schemes both good and new for Titty Poo, for Titty Poo. But if I flit the benefits that I diffuse, the town would lose. Now every man to aid his plan should plot and plan as best he can.
I've heard one day a gentleman say that criminals who are caught and true can hardly feel the fate of skill, and so are slain without much pain. If this is true, it's jolly for you, your courage true to win us anew.
I am so proud.
My brain it teems
I've heard
with endless schemes
Titty
for Titty Poo, but if I flit the benefits, I diffuse the town would lose. Now every man to aid his plan should plot and plan as best he can. Although I'm ready to go. Yet recollect for disrespect if I neglect to thus affect this aim direct. So I object.
And so, although I wish to go, then greatly kind to brightly shine and take the life and hero I'm the grief undine. I must decline.
And go and show the friend and foe a match together. I quite aware and score a friend and I declare my play to show that I don't much care.
I must
So I object.
I
So
must
I object.
I must
I Singing songs silence in the dog, in a pestilential nursing with a light long, away on the sensation of a shortish, to color on a big fat pop. Singing songs silence in the dog, in a pestilential nursing with a light long, away on the sensation of a short chop, to color on a big fat pop. A light long, a short chop, a big fat pop. Singing songs silence in the This is simply appalling. I, who allowed myself to be reprieved at the last moment, simply in order to benefit my native town, am now required to die within a month, and that by a man whom I've loaded with honors. Is this public gratitude? Is this... Go away, sir. How dare you? Am I never to be permitted to soliloquize?
Oh, go on, don't mind me.
What are you going to do with that rope?
I'm about to terminate an unendurable existence.
Terminate your existence? Nonsense. What for?
Because you are going to marry the girl I adore.
Nonsense, sir. I won't permit it. I'm a humane man. And if you attempt anything of the kind, I shall order your instant arrest. Come, sir. Desist at once, or I summon my guard.
That's absurd. If you attempt to raise an alarm, I instantly perform the happy dispatch with this dagger.
Don't do that! This is horrible! Why, you cold-blooded scoundrel, you! Do you realize that in taking your life, you are committing a crime which... Oh! Substitute!
What's the matter?
Is it absolutely certain you are resolved to die?
Absolutely.
Nothing will shake your determination.
Nothing.
Threats, entreaties, prayers, all useless?
All? My mind is made up.
Then, if you really mean what you say, and if nothing whatever will shake your determination, and if you're absolutely certain you're resolved to die, don't spoil yourself by committing suicide, but be beheaded handsomely at the hands of the public executioner.
I don't see how that would benefit me.
You don't. Observe. You'll have a month to live, and you'll live like a fighting cock at my expense. When the day comes, there'll be a grand public ceremonial. You'll be the central figure. No one will attempt to deprive you of that distinction. There will be a procession, bands, bells tolling, all the girls in tears. Young, distracted. Then, when it's all over, general rejoicing and a display of fireworks in the evening. You won't see them, but they'll be there all the same.
Do you think Yum Yum would really be distracted at my death?
Oh, I'm convinced of it. Bless you. She's the most tender-hearted creature alive.
I should hate to cause her pain. Perhaps, after all, if I were to withdraw from Japan and travel in Europe for a couple of years, I might contrive to forget her.
Oh, I don't think you could forget Yum Yum so easily. After all, what is more miserable than a love-blighted life?
True.
Life without Yum Yum, why, it seems absurd.
And yet there are a good many people in this world who have to endure it.
Lord heavens, yes. You are quite right not to be of their number.
I won't be up their number.
Noble fellow!
I'll tell you how we'll manage it. Let me marry Yum Yum tomorrow, and in a month you may behead me.
No! I draw the line at Yum Yum.
Very well. You can draw the line, so can I.
Stop! Listen for 1 moment. Be reasonable. How can I let you marry Yum Yum if I'm going to marry her myself?
My good friend. She'll be a widow in a month, and you can marry her then.
That's true. I quite see that. But dear me, my position during the next month will be most unpleasant. Most unpleasant.
But not half so unpleasant as my position at the end of it.
Well, I agree. After all, it's only putting off my wedding for a month. But you won't prejudice her against me, will you? You see, I've educated her to be my wife. She's been taught to regard me as a wise and good man, and I shouldn't like her views on that point disturbed.
Trust me. She shall never learn the truth from me.
Congratulate me, gentlemen, I found a volunteer.
The Japanese are equivalent of here.
His name, Poo.
Hail, Poo.
I think he'll do.
Yes, he'll do.
He yields his life if I am young surrender. Now I adore that girl with passion tender, and could not heal her with a ready will, or her along, if I did not adore myself with passion tender still, with passion tender still. Take her. She's yours.
Lord President Katisha, the maid of whom I told you.
No, you shall. These are just passing Oh, fool that fears my hollow joys, oh, pride that seals your earthly voice. Oh, rash and Yes, I am indeed beautiful. Sometimes I sit and wonder in my artless Japanese way why it is that I am so much more attractive than anybody else in the whole world. Could this be vanity? No. Nature is lovely and rejoices in her loveliness. I am a child of nature and take after my mother. The sun whose rays are all ablaze with ever-living glory does not deny his majesty, he scorns to tell a story. He don't explain why bashful shame so kindly indulgent, but fierce and bold and fiery, he glories only fulgent. Mean to rule the earth as in the sky, we really know the sun and dark. We mean to rule the earth as in the sky, we really know our worth, the sun and dark. Observe his flame that blessed day, in celestial highness. There's not a trace upon her face of diffidence or shyness. She borrows light that through the night, mankind by all acclaim her. And truth to tell, she lights up well, so I for one don't blame her. Afraid with no mistake, we are not shy. We're very Afraid make no mistake, we are not shy. We're very wide awake. The moon and everything seems to smile upon me. I am to be married today to the man I love best. I believe I'm the very happiest girl in Japan. The happiest girl indeed. For she's indeed the envy, stained happiness in all perfection. In all but perfection? Well, dear, the fact that your husband is to be beheaded in a month is, in its way, a drawback. That does seem to take the top off, don't you know? Oh, I don't know about that. It all depends. At all events, he will find it a drawback. Not necessarily. It all depends. Well, I think it very indelicate of you to bring up such a subject on such a day. If my married happiness is to be cut short. Well, cut short in a month. Can't you let me forget?
Yum Yum in tears and on her wedding morn.
They were just reminding me that you were to be beheaded in a month. Oh, yes, we've just been reminding her that you're to be beheaded in a month. It's quite true, you know. You are to be beheaded.
Now some bridegrooms be depressed by this sort of thing. A month? Well, what's a month? Bah! These divisions of time are purely arbitrary. Who says 24 hours make a day?
There's a popular impression to that effect.
We'll efface it. We'll call each second a minute. each minute an hour, each hour a day, and each day a year. At that rate, we've about 30 years of married happiness before us.
And at that rate, this interview has already lasted 4 hours. Yes, how time flies when one is thoroughly enjoying oneself.
That's the way to look at it. Don't let's be downhearted. There's a silver lining to every cloud.
Certainly. Let's be perfectly happy.
By all means, let's thoroughly enjoy ourselves.
It's absurd to cry. What? Right, he dawns our wedding day. Joyous are we, give thee greeting.
mind me.
I'm afraid we're distressing you.
Never mind. I must get used to it. Will you please do it by degrees? Begin by putting your arm around my waist. There! Let me get used to that first.
Oh, wouldn't you like to retire? It must pain you to see us so affectionate together.
No! I must learn to bear it. Now, oblige me by allowing her head to rest on your shoulder.
Like that?
I am much obliged. Now, kiss. Hello. Thank you. Thank you.
Come, Vera. It's only for a month.
No, it's no use deluding oneself with false hopes.
What do you mean?
Oh, my child, my poor child. How shall I tell her? My little bride that was to have been.
Was to have been?
Yes, you never can be mine.
What? I'm so glad!
I've just ascertained that by the Mikado's law, when a man who is married is beheaded, his wife is buried alive.
Buried alive!
Buried alive with the most unpleasant death.
But who did you get that from?
Oh, from Pooh-Bah. He's my solicitor.
But he made me mistaken.
So I thought. So I consulted the Attorney General, the Judge Ordinary, and the Lord of the Treasury. They're all of the same opinion. Never knew such unanimity on a point of law in my life.
This law has never been put in force.
Not yet. You see, flirting is the only crime punishable by decapitation. And married men never flirt.
Of course they don't. I quite forgot that. Well, I suppose I may take it my dream of happiness is at an end.
Darling, I don't mean to appear selfish. And I love you with all of my heart. I don't suppose I could ever love anyone half as much. But when you asked me to marry you, my own, I have no idea, pet, that I should have to be buried alive in a month.
Nor I. It's the first I've heard of it.
It does make a difference, don't you think?
It does make a difference, of course.
I mean, burial alive. Such a stuffy death.
I call it a beast of a death.
You understand my difficulty, don't you?
And I see my own. If I hold you to your promise, I doom you to a hideous death. If I release you, you marry Coco at once.
Here's how you do, if I marry you. When the time has come to perish, let the maiden whom you cherish must be slaughtered too. Here's how you do, here's how you do.
Here's a pretty mess, in a month or less. I must die without a wedding, let the bitter tears I'm shedding witness my distress. Here's a pretty mess, here's a pretty mess.
Here's the state of things, to a life she clings. Matrimonial devotion doesn't seem to suit her notion. Burial it brings. Here's the state of things, here's the state of things. With no passion that's intense for worship and adore, but the laws of common sense we ought to ignore. If what I say is true, 'tis death to marry you. Here's a pretty state of things, here's a pretty how we do. Here's a pretty state of things, a pretty state of things. Here's a how we do. What I say is true, I cannot marry you. Here's a pretty state of things. Here's a pretty how we do. Poor boy. I'm really very sorry for you.
Thanks, old fellow. I'm sure you are.
You see, I'm quite helpless.
I can quite see that.
Oh, I can't imagine anything more distressing than to have one's marriage broken off at the last second. But you shan't be disappointed of a wedding. You shall come to mine.
That's awfully kind of you, but that's impossible.
Why so?
Today, I die.
What do you mean?
I can't live without Yum Yum. This afternoon I performed the happy dispatch.
No. I can't allow that.
Why not?
Why, hang it all. You're under contract to die by the hands of the public executioner in a month's time. If you kill yourself, what's to become of me? I shall have to be executed in your place.
It would certainly seem so.
Now then, Lord Mayor, what is it?
The Mikado and his suite are approaching the city and will be here in 10 minutes.
The Mikado? He's coming to see if his orders have been carried out. Now look here, you know, this is getting serious. A bargain's a bargain, and you really mustn't frustrate the ends of justice by committing suicide. As a gentleman and a man of honor, you are bound to die ignominiously by the hands of the public executioner.
Very well then. Behead me.
What? Now?
Certainly, at once.
Chop it off, chop it off.
My good sir, I don't simply go about prepared to execute gentlemen at a moment's notice. Why, I've never even killed a blue bottle.
But still, as Lord High Executioner,
My good sir, as Lord High Executioner, I've got to behead him in a month. I'm not ready yet. I don't know how it's done. I'm going to take lessons. I aim to start with the guinea pig, work my way up through the animal kingdom, till I come to a second trombone. Why, you don't suppose that as a humane man, I'd have accepted the post of Lord High Executioner if I hadn't got the duties of killing nominal. I can't kill you. I can't kill anything. I can't kill anybody.
Come, my poor fellow. We all have unpleasant duties to discharge at times. After all, what is it? If I don't mind, why should you? Remember, sooner or later it must be done.
Must it? Not so sure about that.
What do you mean?
Why should I kill you when making an affidavit that you've been killed would do just as well? Here are plenty of witnesses. Lord Chief Justice, Lord High Admiral, Commander-in-Chief, Secretary of State for Home Department, and the Lord Chancellor.
But where are they?
There they are. They'll all swear to it, won't you?
am I to understand that all of us high officers of state are required to perjure ourselves to ensure your safety?
Why not? You'll be grossly insulted as usual.
Will the insult be cash down or at a date?
A ready money transaction.
Well, it will be a useful discipline. Very good. Choose your fiction. I'll endorse it. Family pride. How do you like that?
I tell you, life without Yum Yum is...
Yum yum, yum yum, bother yum yum. Here, Commissioner, go fetch yum yum. Take yum yum and marry yum yum. Only go away and never come back. Oh, here she is. Yum yum, are you particularly busy?
Not particularly.
You 5 minutes to spare?
Yes.
Then go with His Grace the Archbishop of Titty Poo, and he'll marry you at once.
But if I'm to be married alive.
Don't ask silly questions, but do as I tell you, and Naked Poo will explain all.
But one moment.
Not for worlds. Here comes the Mikado, no doubt to ascertain whether I've carried out his decree. And if he finds you alive, I shall have the greatest difficulty in persuading him I've beheaded you. Close thing, that, but here he comes.
kind of man of his I expect. I'm the Emperor of Japan. I almost have been declared particularly correct.
But they're nothing at all compared with those of his daughter-in-law elect. Bow, bow to his daughter-in-law elect.
Bow, bow to his daughter-in-law elect. In a fatherly kind of way, I govern each tribe and sect, all chiefly own my sway.
Except his daughter-in-law elect. As tough as a brick with a will of her own is his daughter-in-law elect.
My nature is love and light, my freedom from all defect.
He thinks significant quite compared with his daughter-in-law elect. Bow, bow to his daughter-in-law elect.
Bow, bow to his daughter-in-law elect. A boy who made Mikado never did in Japan exist. To nobody second, I'm certainly reckoned a true philanthropist. It is my very humane endeavor to hate to some extent each evil liver, a running river of harmless merriment. My object also mine, I will achieve in time to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner bent, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment. Of prosy dog society sinners who chatter and bleat and bawn are sent to their sermons from mystical Germans who preach from tangible form. The amateur tenor whose vocal abilities all desire to show shall during off hours exhibit his powers from matter to soul's waxwork. The lady who dyes a chemical yellow or stains her gray hair puce, or pinches her figure, is painted with vigor, with permanent walnut juice. The idiot who on railway carriages scribbles on window panes, with only supper to hide on a buffer in parliamentary trains. My object also mine, I will achieve in time to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner bent, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
His object all sublime, he will achieve in time to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner bent, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
The advertising quack who wearies with tales of countless cures, his teeth and the napkin shall all be extracted by terrified amateurs. The wild punk rocker intends a series of classes and fugues and ops, with Bach and Beethoven and Czech interwoven and classical Monday pops. The billiard sharp who anyone catches his dooms extremely hard, is made to dwell in a dungeon cell, on a spot that's always barred, and there he plays extravagant matches with faithless finger stalls, on a cloth untrue with a twisted cue, and a elliptical billiard ball. My object also mine, I will achieve in time to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner bent, Oh, you had an execution, have you?
Yes, the coroner has just handed me his certificate.
I am the coroner. And this is the certificate of his death. At Titty Poo, in the presence of the Lord Chancellor, Lord Chief Justice, Attorney General, Secretary of State of the Home Department, Lord Mayor, and groom of the first floor front.
They were all there, Your Majesty. I counted them myself.
A very good house. I wish I'd been in time for performance.
A frightful scene it was, Your Majesty. He was a man of gigantic strength. His struggles were terrific. It really was worth watching.
Described.
The criminal cried as he dropped him down in a state of wild alarm. With a fearful, frightful, frantic frown, I bare my big right arm. I seized him by his little pink tail and on his knees fell he. As he squirmed and struggled and gurgled and guggled, I drew my snicker sneeze. My snicker sneeze. Though never will I forget the cry or the shriek that shrieked at me. As I gnashed my teeth, when from my cheek I drew my snicker sneeze.
He shivered and shook as he gave the sign for the stroke he didn't deserve. When all of a sudden his eye went on, and it seemed to grace his nerve. When he folded his hand and kissed his hand, and he whistled aloud and gay, as the saber true not gleaming through his side. Man's afraid of beautiful shades, a steering sight to see. And now I'm glad that long and sad was soothed by sight of me.
Now, though you'd have said that head was dead, for its owner dead was he. It stood on its neck with a smile that read, and bowed 3 times to me. But none of your impudent off and not as fondle as could be, would really do the deference due to a man of and its bold high bow and deathly bow was a touching sight to see. Though trumpless yet, it couldn't forget the deference due to me.
Oh, this is very interesting, and I should have liked to have seen it. But we came about a totally different matter. A year ago, my son, the heir to the throne of Japan, bolted from our imperial court.
Indeed, had he any reason to be dissatisfied with his position?
None whatever. On the contrary, I was going to marry him. Yet, he fled.
I'm surprised he should have fled from one so lovely.
That's not true.
No, it's not.
You hold that I am not beautiful because attractive.
It is?
But I have a left shoulder blade that is a miracle of loveliness. People come miles to see it. And my right elbow has a fascination that few can resist.
Allow me.
It is on you Tuesdays and Fridays. On presentation of a visiting card. As for my circulation, it is the largest in the world.
And yet he fled.
And is now masquerading in this town disguised as a second trombone.
A second trombone?
Yes. Would it be too troubling for you if I asked you to produce him?
Well, it's quite easy. It is rather difficult. In point of fact, he's gone abroad.
On abroad? His address?
Northfield?
What's the matter?
See here, his name, Titty Poo, beheaded this morning. Where shall I find another? Where shall I find another?
Dear, dear, dear. This is very tiresome. My poor fellow, in your desire to carry out my wishes, you have beheaded the heir to the throne of Japan.
I beg to offer an unqualified apology.
I would like to associate myself with that expression of regret.
I haven't the least notion.
Of course you haven't. How could you? Come, my good fellow, don't distress yourself. It was no fault of yours. If a man of exalted rank chooses to disguise himself as a second trombone, he must take the consequences. It really distresses me to see you take on so. I have no doubt he thoroughly deserved all he got.
We are infinitely obliged to your majesty.
Much obliged, Your Majesty.
Very much obliged. Obliged? Not a bit. Don't mention it. How could you tell? No, we really couldn't tell who the gentleman was.
It wasn't written on his forehead, you know.
It might have been written on his pocket handkerchief, but Japanese don't use pocket handkerchiefs.
I forget the punishment for compassing the death of the heir apparent.
Punishment?
Yes, something lingering with boiling oil in it, I fancy. Something of that sort. I think boiling oil occurs in it, but I can't be sure. I know it's something humorous, but lingering with either boiling oil or molten lead. Oh, don't fret. I'm not the least bit angry.
Your Majesty will accept our assurances. We had no idea.
Of course.
We didn't know who he was.
I wasn't there. That's the pathetic part of it. Unfortunately, the fool of an act says, compassing the death of the heir apparent, there's not the word about the mistake.
No.
Or not knowing.
No.
Or having no notion.
No.
Or not being there. No. There should be, of course.
Yes.
But there isn't. That's the slovenly way in which these acts are always written. But don't worry, I'll have it altered next session. Now let's see about your execution. Will after luncheon suit you? Can you wait till then?
Oh yes, you can wait till then.
Then we'll have it after luncheon.
I don't want any lunch.
I'm really very sorry for you all. But it's an unjust world, and virtue is only triumphant in theatrical performances. See how the fates their gifts allot. For A is happy, B is not, but B is worthy, I dare say, of more prosperity than A.
Is B more worthy?
I should say it's one more day till one night day.
A is happy, oh so happy, laughing, ha-ha, chapping, ha-ha, necking, rocking, ha-ha, ever joyous, ever gay. Happy, undeserving, ever joyous, ever gay. Happy, undeserving, If I were fortune, which I'm not, B should enjoy A's happy lot, and A should die in misery. That is assuming I am B. But should A perish, that should be, of course, assuming I am B. B should be happy, oh so happy, laughing, ha-ha, chapping, ha-ha, nectar, quacking, ha-ha, but condemned to die is he. Wretched meritorious thief, but condemned to die is he. Wretched meritorious thief.
Well, a nice mess you've got us into. With your nodding head and the deference due to a man of pedigree.
It's merely corroborative detail intended to give artistic verisimilitude to an otherwise bald and unconvincing narrative.
Corroborative detail indeed! Corroborative fiddlesticks!
You're just as bad as he is, with your cockable stories of his nodding his head and whistling an air. But that's so like you. You must put in your oar.
And how about you and your big right arm?
Yes, John, speak and sneak.
Well, never mind that now. There's only one thing to be done. Mikey Poo hasn't started yet. He must come to life again at once. Here, Mikey Poo, I've good news. You're reprieved.
Oh, but it's too late. I'm a dead man. And I'm off for my honeymoon.
Nonsense! A terrible thing has just happened. It seems you're the son of the Mikado.
Yes, but that happened some time ago.
Is this time for every persiflage? Your father is here, and with Katisha.
My father? And with Katisha?
Yes, he wants you particularly.
So does she.
Oh, but he's married now.
Bless my heart. What has that got to do with anything?
Katisha claims me in marriage, but I can't marry her because I'm married already. Consequently, she will insist upon my execution. And if I'm executed, my wife will have to be buried alive.
Do you see our difficulty?
Yes. I don't know what's to be done.
There's one chance for you. If you can persuade Katisha to marry you, she would have no further claim on me. And in that case, I could come to life without fear of being put to death.
I marry Katisha?
I really think it's the only way.
Girl, have you seen her? She's something appalling.
Oh, but that's just her face. She has a right elbow. People come miles to see her.
I hear she has a left heel much admired by connoisseurs.
I pin my heart at any woman's right heel.
It comes to this. While Captain is single, I prefer to be a disembodied spirit. When Captain is married, existence will be as welcome as the flowers in spring. The flowers that bloom in the spring, Allah breathes promise of merry sunshine. And we merrily dance and we sing, Allah, we welcome the hope that they bring. Allah, of a summer of roses and wine, of a summer of roses and wine. And that's what we mean when we say that a thing is welcome as flowers that bloom in the spring. La 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 la, la la la, the flowers that bloom in the spring. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
The flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la, have nothing to do with the cave. I've got to take under my wing, tra-la, a most unattractive old thing, tra-la, with a caricature of a face, with a caricature of a face. And that's what I mean when I say or I sing. Oh, bother the flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Oh, bother the flowers in spring, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. years I have loved you with a white-hot passion that slowly but surely is consuming my very vitals. Shrink not from me. If there's aught of a woman's mercy in your heart, turn not from a lovesick suppliant whose every fibre thrills at your tiniest touch. True it is that under a poor mask of disgust, I have endeavored to conceal a passion which fires broiling the very soul within me. But the fire will not be smothered. It defies all attempts at extinction, and breaking forth all the more eagerly for its long restraint, declares itself in words that will not be weighed, that cannot be schooled, that should not be too severely criticized. I dare not hope for your love, but I will not live without it. Darling!
Whose hands still reek with the blood of my betrothed, dare to address words of passion to the woman you have most foully wronged?
I do, accept my love, or I perish on the spot.
Go to. No one knows as well as I that no one ever yet died of a broken heart.
You know not what you say. Listen. On a tree by a river, a little tomkin sang willow, did willow, did willow. And I said to him, Titty Poo, why do you sit singing willow, did willow, did willow? Is it weakness of intellect, birdie, I cry, or around the tough world in your little inside? With a shake of his poor little head, he replied, Oh, willow, did willow, did willow. Then he slapped at his chest as he sat on that cow, singing willow, did willow, did willow. And a cold perspiration spangled his brow. Oh, willow, did willow, did willow. Then he sobbed and he sighed, and a gurgle he gave. Then he plunged himself into the billowy waves. Like an echo approached from the suicide grave. Now I feel just as sure as I'm sure that my name isn't Willow, did willow, did willow. That was blighted affection that made me exclaim, Oh, willow, did willow. And if you remain callous and obdurate, I shall perish as needed, and you will know why. Though I probably shall not explain as I die. Oh, willow, it willow, it willow. Yes.
Poor little chap.
It's an affecting tale, and quite true. I knew the burden.
Did you? He must have been very fond of her.
Oh, his devotion was something extraordinary.
Poor little chap. And if I refuse you, will you not do the same?
At once!
No! Listen! Anything but that! I've been such a silly goose. And you won't hate me just because
spite of all my meekness, if I have a little weakness, it's a passion for a flight of thunderbolts. In practice, so sing very down, very excited, very on taste all on. I will go and very go on time, go to the ladies' sun. There's beauty in extreme old age. Do you fancy you're elderly enough? Information I'm requesting on the subject interesting is the maid called the bed when she's tall. Are you old enough to marry, do you think? Won't you wait until you're 80 in the shade? There's a fascination frantic in the room and romantic. Do you think you are sufficiently decayed?
I have given some attention, and I think I am sufficiently decayed.
So sing very down, very excited, very on taste all on. Away we'll go and very go on time, go to the ladies' sun.
Now then, we've had a capital lunch, and we're quite ready. Have all the painful preparations been made?
Your Majesty, all is prepared.
Then bring forth the unfortunate gentleman and his two well-meaning but misguided apprentices.
Mercy! Mercy for Coco! Mercy for Kitty Sing! Mercy even for Pooh.
I'm sorry, I don't think I quite caught that last remark. Mercy even for Puma!
Mercy! My husband that was to have been is dead, and I have just married this miserable object.
You've not been long about it.
We were married before the registrar.
I am the registrar. I see. But my difficulty still is, you have slain the heir apparent.
The heir apparent is not slain.
Bless my heart.
And your daughter-in-law elect. Traitor! You have deceived me!
Yes, you are due a little explanation, but I think he will give it better whole than in pieces.
It's like this, Your Majesty. It is true that I told you that I had killed Titty Poo.
Yes, with most affecting particulars.
Merely corroborative detail intended to give artistic verisimilitude to an otherwise bald and unconvincing
Will you refrain from putting in your... It's like this. Your Majesty says, let the thing be done. Consequently, it is as good as done. Practically, it is done. Because Your Majesty's will is law. Your Majesty says, kill a gentleman, and a gentleman is told off to be killed. Consequently, he's as good as dead. Practically, he is dead. And if he is dead, why not say so?
I see. Nothing could possibly be more satisfactory.
subject, I pray you be dumb. Your notions, though many, are not worth a penny. The word for your guidance is mum.